Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm Summer, and this week I'm going to be telling you the difference between willingness and willfulness and my struggles with them. So, first things first, what is willfulness and what is willingness? I find it easier to think of it like a spectrum with willfulness on one side and willingness on the other. You might be more familiar with willingness from the phrases, I'm willing to do that for you. But essentially, it is being prepared and fully able to do something. The key important detail, though, is accepting new things and giving them a shot. A basic example is trying a new food as a picky eater, being open and optimistic about wanting to try it. On the other hand, willfulness is being stubborn, adhering to rules despite how illogical they are, someone that roots themselves in an opinion or belief. If willingness is acceptance, willfulness is rejection. Not to say that this is a bad personality trait to have, in fact, it can be used incredibly well, but overusing it can lead to a lot of problems. But the same can also be said about willingness. So a balance between the two is for the best. My main struggle is with willfulness. I've always been a picky eater, had a style of organization all my own, rule focused to a fault, and lastly, I am very, very stubborn. I would joke around with my sister and eventually end on a phrase that we would say back and forth. This is a war of attrition, and I'm winning it. For the fact that once I really set my sights on something, I can't be moved either way. This stubborn, unmoving, and unchanging mindset forced me to learn a lot of lessons the hard way. I can still be stubborn, but I mostly channel that into my writing, which, if anyone is curious, I'll put a link down below in the description. Learning to be willing was hard to say the least. I had to deal with body language, the way I spoke, and deep diving into why I didn't want to do something. That last bit, nobody really taught me how to do. It's a technique called self-inquiry, which I was taught, but not for this purpose. We'll get into that at some point, but in a nutshell, just keep asking yourself questions. Yes, you like a toddler, until you don't have an answer or are difficult to come up with one, and then sit on it. I've realized I don't like new things all that much, but on the same hand, I want new experiences. So it's just another thing I have to balance. So, to recap, willingness is being open-minded and prepared for new things, being flexible and less rule-focused. Willfulness is being steadfast in your convictions and throwing up a wall. Take a good long look at yourself and your past and see which side you fall on. Maybe head towards the center of the scale we described earlier. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found this informative, leave a like or a comment below. As always, shine big, shine bright, and don't let your spark die out.